So, David, have you ever felt like you could be a channel for some otherworldly spirits?
Sure. That's what Christian Science teaches. If you read Science and Health by Mary Baker Eddy, she said everything that guy said in a different way.
So have you ever done it before?
I've had practitioners channel through me Jesus Christ. I've had loved ones that have passed on channel through me.
So were voices speaking through your mouth, or were you
writing? It's thought through consciousness.
Okay.
You feel their presence and you feel their consciousness.
So you don't think you could have a spirit talk to me through you?
I'd have to meditate on you for a while. I have to feel your thoughts. So I share what I could do. That's what the Christian Science practitioners do, is channel through their patients to help them overcome their fear and their limitations. They teach that in Christian Science.
Want to try it?
Well, I have to be in a still room. Right now I'm consciousness.
Okay.
I'm doing a lot of metaphysical work about the traffic. But there's a quiet room before we leave the hotel. I get up early. I can channel through you, and you can channel through me.
Sounds good.
Jesus had God channel through him. He had Moses channel through him. He had Elijah channel through him. He's able to heal and do wonderful things. Jesus worked with channel. I used to have Jezebel Ortiz channel through me. Elder Master Latan has channeled toward me.
That'd be cool. I'd like to talk to Elder Master Latan.
Well, he sent me a letter. You contact Bob Renown on the website about the Corinthians. He'll put you in touch with Elder Master Latan. They do a lot of channeling through people.
I want you to channel them for me, though.
There's a lot of work. There's a lot of focusing.
I bet you could do it.
Oh, I know. My dad channeled through me. And so did my mother, and so did my younger sister, Tyra. Really, my music teacher, Bill Provost, channels through me to write beautiful songs. Yeah. I would have liked him.
What songs has Bill Provost written through you?
And God's. He told me to write a different version than Mary Baker Eddy's Mother's Evening Prayer, which you can hear on Phrase 3. He channeled through me to write, in God's presence is peace and joy and power. O life divine of God, protect us every hour. Angels take their flight and protect us day and night, and we're divinely protected wherever we go. And God's perfect health heals our very soul. He told me to make the words different than O gentle presence, peace and joy and power. O life divine that owns each waiting hour. Thou love that guards the nesting paltry flight. Keep thou my child on upward move tonight. He channeled to me to say that. In fact, he's channeled to me to rewrite all my music different, lyrics to my songs. That he feels that I can do better lyrics than lyrics I put to music. And then Tony has channeled through me, even though he's done some unkind things to me and cheated me out of a lot of money. This is all called metaphysics.
Cool. Who's Tony?
He was my music teacher in the 80s. He recorded a couple songs for me, and he's sad. He's a very talented, brilliant man. He used to work at Motown. He started taking a lot of drugs and crack cocaine, and I have to forgive him for stealing a lot of money from me. He's just a brilliant guitarist. He's now just a music teacher, and he's a black guy. He was a civil rights leader, but I just he's helped me out a lot, and but I don't like it that he stole from me like. So the blacks steal and harm each other out of fear and jealousy, and that's why I don't like to hang around black people a lot. They're defeating their own purpose. So I like to love them from a distance. I pray that they'll overcome their limitation of hatred and self-destruction. They're very talented souls and very talented beings. They're the most talented, brilliant people on the face of the earth. But they limit themselves by harming themselves and other people. Donald Trump is a brilliant businessman, but he limits himself with hatred and dislike toward other people that are less fortunate than him. And he's giving out bad karma. So is that guy that did that terrible thing to all those ladies. I would just get in trouble for giving a girl my phone number or saying she looks pretty. I never even touched a lot of girls I liked and I wanted to date. But they had so much fear and resistance that they would get me in trouble just for saying they look pretty, just because I gave them my phone number and I wanted to go out with them. But that's their consciousness. They're going to have to overcome that fear someday. Yes, if you read Science and Health, by Mary Baker Eddy, she was the mother of positive thinking. She taught a lot of that same stuff that guy was teaching. In fact, Jesus says of my own self I can do nothing but what I see of the Father doeth. Jesus even put himself aside like that channeler did. Channeling and all that's been done in the East Indian and from Buddhist religion. That's all from Buddhist teachings.
You heard of automatic writing?
Yes.
You ever tried to do that?
I've done that before. I've studied a lot of metaphysical books. Unity teaches a lot of that stuff too. And Charles and Reuben Fillmore were students of Mary Baker Eddy.
So what did you write when you did it?
Oh, God's love is like a sunshine, being radiant, all divine, His ever-present love is ever shining, blessing all mankind. Don't give up on your dreams. Believe that your dreams are meant to be, and you will see their reality.
Do you know what spirit told you that?
It's just a higher being that channeled through me. I think my Sunday school teacher, Mrs. Jenks, or Mrs. Volk, or this woman who was a communist that we used to call Aunt at a Christian Science school. She was a big believer in Karl Marx books. In fact, when I brought the Bible and Science and Health to be read at the Christian Science Camp Adventures Unlimited, she always had that book under the Science and Health Bible.
Huh.
So if you want to meet her, she's at the Christian Science Church in Orange County. She studies white magic too. She also would tear up my religious songs. She told me to believe in the God within, not the God people say that's us sitting on a chair. Which she said made what she said, she was a deep thinker. Yeah, they took her. They felt that she used her channeling in the wrong way, so they wouldn't let her be a Christian Science practitioner.
I was recording that conversation. Is that all right?
Well, I don't want you to put that on the thing because I don't want her to be looking for me.
Who?
That woman, because she's still around.
I'll bleep her name out.
She please, because she slightly is friends with my ex-wife.
Okay.
She wants to do something very evil toward me.
She cast a white magic spell on you?
No, she and my ex-wife wanna they want to do some evil things to me with her boyfriend, and I had to block the fact that Christian Scientists don't like a lot of well-known Christian Scientists they only want us to study their books to channel through things, not what other people channel through. In fact, I don't like about Christian Sciences. They only want us to read their metaphysical books. But I believe you can learn from other metaphysical books. That's why I'm open-minded to learning from that guy that I just heard about channeling. I could get in trouble because I had class instruction in Christian Science that they call it dabbling, learning from other teachings other than Christian Science.
Yeah.
I studied to be a Lutheran minister, and I didn't agree with everything they taught, and I was asked to leave seminary in Berkeley, California. They were against interracial dating. They were against rock and roll music. They were against people having a free spirit. They wanted people to be boxed into Martin Luther's teachings and the Bible. And I feel there's more than just Martin Luther's teachings in the Bible. I feel there's more than just Mary Baker Eddy's teachings in the Bible. And if you're boxed in, you can't learn and grow and learn new things. They have a hymn in the Christian Science hymnal, "Oh, do not bar your mind against the light of good, but open wide, let in the word, and truth will be your food." There are a lot of metaphysical songs that are about channeling in Christian Science. Like you have a hymn called "Be True and List the Voice Within." Be true and tell the high idea, thy perfect self that knows no sin, thy perfect self that is the only real. There's a lot of metaphysical hymns that have metaphysical tones of high notes in them, like he's talking about. Well, that guy probably is a good musician. He knows high notes like high C and low notes for the C and D. I was taking music theory. They had us to clap out the songs, not sing them, but clap them out. And then we had to write on the music paper that note that we were clapping out. If it was a whole note, if it was a half note. I had an Italian music teacher named Spano that taught that stuff. Everything is vibrations. The government's using vibrations. In fact, the born-again Christians are using channeling in a wrong way to teach whites to be white supremacists. The Ku Klux Klan uses a lot of channeling. They record a new version of their own Bible.
What are they channeling? Demons?
Demons. They have a Church of Satan that channels demons and black magic and bad stuff.
No, I'm talking about the KKK.
Oh, the KKK are trying to teach. There's channeling vibrations of hatred, that whites are more superior than blacks, and you shouldn't hang around that person. He's lesser than you are, and also the born-again Christian churches are doing it too. Just say you're born again and you accept Jesus as your personal Savior. but don't have anything to do with those blacks or Asians or those communist whites. They just try to put blinders on people's eyes. I was friends with a guy that used to call himself the Rocket Man, and he was a communist, and he was the most, he says religion divides people, it doesn't bring people together. And as I got older, he was saying a lot of truth. And he said he liked black people, and he did a lot of civil rights work with black people in the whole Hollywood area. You like Bill and Rick Jordan, which is a channel for people too. Witches and warlocks. But I don't want to be giving out bad karma to do evil things.
You ever think about becoming a warlock?
I think I'm already...
You're already a warlock?
I have talents and arts beyond my dreams that I haven't tapped into.
Yeah.
I used to go to a Russian witch who taught me how to bend spoons and knives through mind and through thought. They used to have a wonderful thing called the Bodhi tree. And because they found out the guy who farmed it was a communist, they shut it down. And Ronald Reagan hates people that are communists. All the Republicans hate people that are free thinkers. The born-again Christians hate people that are free thinkers. The Catholic Church hates people that are free thinkers. They want people to be locked into thinking and doing what they want them to be. They want everybody to be conservative, heterosexual, just like the right and the liberal. Be conservative and Republican and closed-minded. Michael, I don't like to hang with. He got kicked out of the Christian Science Church because he was channeling a lot of people that he was getting them to take all their money from them and take advantage of them. And he got kicked out of the Christian Science Church. He wanted me to. He told me I wasn't right if I didn't. If I stopped, if I didn't say, lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil, white people's evil. And he's white himself, he's Irish. And he was jealous that I was working with you, and he said, Jonah's an evil entity, you should have nothing to do with him. And I says, no, he isn't. I mean, he loaned me money when I was broke that saved me from becoming homeless. And then Michael Morgan says, well, if you work with me, and then he took me to he's also a Vegan like you, he was going to set me up, and he said to this other white guy that's a Christian Zionist, we'll just channel through David and not pay him for all the places we do, and we'll just take most of the money. And I heard him say it privately to this other guy who lived in Marina Del Rey, and this guy in Marina Del Rey says, Michael Morgan doesn't have your best benefit. You should stick with Jonah Motion. He's a user, not a helper. I left him alone. I was told the same thing about Lloyd. And Lloyd has asked me for a year and a half. He's come to me with all kinds of DVDs with your stuff and my stuff mixed together on a weird DVD. And I told him, I have to agree with Jonah. You're a con artist. You're just trying to use me because you think I make a lot of money with Tim and Eric. So you're making all these DVDs for me to sell. And my fans only had 2 or 3 minutes on it. He got all angry with me. well, I could record an album with me. And I found out all the tunes that he wanted me to record were songs that he took off of YouTube. I thought he'd get sued for that. Gilbert O'Sullivan, who's a Christian Zionist, wrote the song Alone Again and Naturally. He's also studies communism and he's a Christian Zionist. And he said to me that a lot of rappers stole his ideas and put them in part of their songs, and he sued them pretty deeply. The first one to sue.
Yeah, Gilbert O'Sullivan was the first.
Well, I know he's
one of the first people to sue a rapper.
Well, he's a Christian Zionist too. He hasn't done music in a long time. He's from Ireland.
Yeah.
He's channeled into me not to like rappers, and I told him, I've channeled back to him. But there's a lot of rappers that do a lot of positive good things. John Ocean's a positive rapper. So all rappers aren't bad. And Eminem does a lot of positive rapping.
You and me were listening to that to the album.
Well, you don't record.
That Gilbert O'Sullivan sued the guy for.
Well, I knew about that well before you told me. He is a Christian Zionist. In fact, he is a part of Watchfire Music, and they don't want to record anybody that's black or Hispanic. I found out later that many of them are very prejudiced and that they only want to. In fact, Mr. Rockaban said he was channeling that the Christian Science Church would have no African Americans writing music for the new Christian Science Hymnal, and so did Mrs. English. They got their wish, and they got on the board, and they only accepted old African American spirituals like Amazing Grace and Lord, I want to be a Christian in my heart. Which are the old slave songs that blacks written during slavery time, and the rest. The new song, gospel songwriters like me were refused. And there's a woman that channels through me, my music teacher. Look her up, Judy Wade. She's part Irish like me and German. Michael doesn't like you too. He's into black magic, into crystals. He's another guy.
Does he use dark crystals?
He uses black magic, reversible candles. He does negative channeling.
Reversible candles?
You have candles that you can burn. You can meditate.
Do they burn from the bottom up?
No, they're red and black candles, and you reverse the negative for the positive. And you can use it through witchcraft to reverse the bad instead of the good. And he's been using black candles to get me not to work with you, to get us in fights. And he's a con artist. And he tricked me by saying, because he knows I care about veterans and unfortunate blacks. He tricked me and had me do a lot of stuff on the internet saying it was for the VA, and found out. I called up the VA. He says, we didn't agree to you doing the stuff. I found out it's all on Michael Boyd's. Next time Michael Boyd calls me to do things, I told him I can't do it now unless I get paid for it. So he gets all up and he hangs up in my face. He says, you weren't honest with me. I said to him, when I had 6 songs to Ezekiel CUO, you weren't honest with me. You didn't tell me that a publisher that publishes their songs through ASCAP, the publisher owns half rights to the songs. He steals songs from me. He's a crook. He's cheated on his own. He's giving out bad karma. He lied and said he hurt his back at a job working at a factory, sitting down and selling merchandise, and he said he faked it all just to get a whole bunch of money from the place. He's giving out bad karma. He was married to an Asian woman. He made her go out and work where he sat home and took care of the kids. He's a con artist. Yeah, I don't like blacks like him. Okay. to take advantage of people who are less fortunate than them. Now, I don't. He's just as bad as that guy, that judge that took advantage of those innocent women. He took advantage of his first black wife. He never gave her a penny for the kid they had together. She had to be a nurse to take care of her own kid. Don't record all this.
I'll bleep out any names.
I could get sued for slander, so you have to be careful.
Take out his name.
Okay. And then well, please, I don't know, because I don't know if you're trying to get me in trouble.
I won't put anything up that you don't want.
Well, I don't want you to put up those things. Because you said you would put up that thing about what Quetzalcoatl told me. You put it in all of those CD covers.
I didn't say that, and I only put it up because you already had it on the TV show. Anyway, I won't put up anything on the podcast that you don't want. And
okay,
what do you think if I put this up? Would I take out the names?
Okay. I had a similar. You didn't tell me you were starting a broadcast. Well, please, write notes. Don't, because those people could do magic against me and channel negative things against me. So
yeah,
please,
I won't put their names in.
Please don't. Because that woman doesn't like me. She doesn't want blacks to be successful. She didn't like me. When I was going to Ventures Unlimited, she made me do a lot of farm work and only gave me bread and butter. She didn't like me. I was supposed to go to the Christian Science Mother Church, and she wouldn't let me go because she said she only wanted white kids to go there. A lot of racism. I experienced. Well, we're traveling. You want to start the broadcast?
Sure.
But please, because if those people come back at me, they could channel some very evil stuff that people will not go to our shows, will not buy our records. It's like, you know what they call it in Christian Science? They call it malpractice. They call it mental malpractice, where they pray against you.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to be malpracticed. I don't want to be prayed against.
I don't either.
So, Bill and Rick Jordan told me never borrow money from the Italian mafia, and they told me never borrow money from warlocks that are into black magic. This guy named David Lee Bynum borrowed money from Bill and Rick Jordan and didn't pay them back, and he did some black magic on. They did some black magic on him that he died of AIDS. He was sharing his blood and sucking and feeding him that had AIDS. And David Lee Bynum died like that. He did a lot of movies, TV shows. So just be careful.
Are we allowed to put Bill and Rick Jordan's name in here or not?
They like me. I've had them channels for me. I think we should be. Oh, be careful. This is moving. Is this road's getting smaller?
No.
Will you look up where Bill and Rick Jordan are? Because they help me get a lot of movie work.
Those are some of the most common names in the world. I don't.
Well, they're from New York. When we toured together in New York, the people in New York knew who they were.
Most people probably know of Bill Jordan.
No, they knew who these guys were. I drew a picture of them because I drew their picture on my Monster album. They're the two heavy-set guys, the Sun and the thing.
I can try to look them up.
This is going back and forth. They must be sleeping. We need to get away from them. Okay, I want to do my broadcast.
Do it.
Hi, this is David Lee Bahart. I'm a person that's a true Christian that believes in forgiving and releasing and letting go and letting God. I want to give thanks to the the people in Des Moines, Iowa, that admitted that they were wrong for standing me up, and I accepted their apology, so they are forgiven, and they're my fans again. I want to thank Tanner for his integrity, for admitting that he was wrong for standing me up, and I accept his apology, and I'm still friends with him. I do forgive and release, and that's the way we grow. We have to forgive and let live.
And how about the girl, Andy?
I forgive the girl, Amy, who and forgot her cell phone at the nightclub and forgot about calling me. But there's some people that I just straight out forgive and release and never want to see again, such as my ex-wife, Bridget Foodman, and I wish her the best. And she was plotting to do something very evil toward me. But she found out I was touring and making money, and she wanted to, her and her boyfriend wanted to make a plot to take all my money from me out of my bank and take advantage of me. And I got onto their scan, and I blessed them and released them and forgive them, and never want to see them again.
You should sing a song about this gross smell that we're smelling.
Okay. We're in, what city are we in?
I don't know.
What state are we in?
We're in Jerome, Idaho.
Jerome, Idaho stinks. Jerome, Idaho has a bad link. They have stinky cows duking everywhere. Jerome, Iowa stinks. I used to work on a farm in Wisconsin, and I had to take a lot of horse shit, a lot of cows, a lot of chickens, and we would put it in the dirt to make things grow better. But Jerome, Iowa has a great stink. Jerome, Iowa has a stink wink. You smell their stink when you draw by on the freeway. Jerome, Iowa smells. I know it comes from cows, chickens, and cows, chickens, and donkeys. They shit everywhere after eating hay and corn. It drives me up on the moor. Jerome, Iowa stinks. There's a lot of farmers here that have links. They dookie everywhere in the farm. Jerome, Iowa stinks. Jerome, Iowa stinks. Yes, it does. We were listening to a broadcast about channeling, and a lot of Jesus had Moses to channel through him. A lot of aliens channel through people, and it's a lot of Christian Science practitioners and teachers and channel through people to get them to focus on God and their true being as a child of God, and that they're well, not sick, that they're successful, not a failure. So I want to channel through my viewers to focus on the show, that the show becomes successful, that the broadcast becomes what people like and love. You know, Jesus also studied Buddhism. They took it out of the Bible and studied a lot of stuff. In fact, a lot of the stories from the Bible came from an old ancient book called the Gilgamesh of Epics. And that's where a lot of Jewish people got a lot of books and stories about that are the same stories written in the Bible. Also, a lot of the same stories are also in the Egyptian Book of the Dead that the Masons study in their teachings. That is supposed to be a secret society. I guess I'm not supposed to say that.
Oops.
My dad was a Mason. My grandfather was a Mason. All the McKinnons that were women were Masons, and they were wonderful people. The Masons give out good karma. They help the Children's Hospital. they're good businessmen, and they're just good and even in the darkness. Like I was friends with the Omegans. I don't know if the Omegan says you got to have the dark to have the light, you got to have the wrong to have the right. And this guy named his name was Meldraman. He was an Omegan, and even though he was on the dark side, I learned a lot from him. He doesn't contact me anymore. He's gone back to Star Caladan. He didn't like it that I was friends with the Corinthians. I love all people and all religions, all believers, no matter what they think. I try to have an open mind to learn from everybody and everything. I try to be a learner now, not a know-it-all. This thing is going back and forth. Oh my God, that is dangerous. The sheriff's. Did you see what he did? He didn't even signal. Let's get away from these crazy drivers. I want to get to where we're going to Des Moines.
Boise.
We're going to Boise, Iowa. I want to get to Boise, Iowa, and one whole place. So I'm focusing on that we have a safe, perfect drive. I'm working with where Mary Baker Eddy says in science and health, all harmonious, and everything's in perfect harmony, in perfect balance, perfect peace, perfect tranquility. That the cars and the trucks are in harmony with each other. That's what I'm trying to focus on. And so when I'm quiet in the car, doing metaphysical work, to knowing perfect God, perfect man, perfect, and knowing evil's neither person, place, nor thing, and that everything's in perfect alignment, perfect harmony, and perfect balance. As I'm trying to know about the universe and about myself, all harmonious. That's a thing to work with. When I used to do driving, when I used to have a car, when I used to be married, I haven't driven since my divorce since 1994. When I had my driver's license, all harmonious. Everything's in perfect harmony, perfect balance. You are what you think. The Bible says, what a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. My music teacher says, Bill Provost, when you rule your mind, you rule your world. So everything is thought, everything is consciousness. And so I'd like to give out the positive, not the negative, and everything I believe and focus on. So, this is I went to Des Moines, Iowa with my old punk rock band for 6 years. I went to Des Moines, Iowa with Jonah, I think it's going on 4 or 5 years. I went to Des Moines, Iowa with Tim and Eric for 5 years. So I've been coming across the United States in different shapes. Tim and Eric, with Adam Pop again, and now with Jonah Motion. And it's a good learning experience. I remember we toured so much with Tim and Eric, as you know. They had a bus with James Wall and my picture and their picture on it, and a picture of my puppets. And I don't know what Tim and Eric did with that bus that the Absolute Production owns, but I traveled a lot on that bus. And we stayed at some of the best hotels. The best place we stayed at, the best place I did stand-up comedy and music was at the Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas. And, big places. So I like traveling through Iowa. It's flat. It's not hilly like the mountains. It's like traveling through Illinois or Indiana. It's just balanced. Everything is flat. Idaho. We're traveling We're traveling through Idaho, and everything. I love Idaho potatoes. I want to give a wonderful hand of Idaho potatoes. I wanted to give everybody to give a story about something. I wanted to talk about me being single and the challenges I've had being single. They used to put singles ads in the reader paper and the recycler paper. And I'm not going to say who he is. He's a famous rapper. And he had this beautiful blonde. I have I found out why I like blondes, white people a lot. I'll tell you the reason why. I found out I'm part Norwegian, Danish, and German, and Swedish. Anyway, this guy, he said he had a secretary to impersonate him, and he sent me pictures of this beautiful blonde woman, and he was a famous rapper. I'm not going to say who he is, but because I don't want to get in trouble for assassinating his character, but he's well known. I had no idea he was bi. I admired his music. He was super talented, and but anyway, I did go. I thought I was going to meet this beautiful blonde girl. Instead, I met this skinny white guy. And then I found out that his security guard that was watching over him was having sex with him, and they had an intimate thing going on. So he gave me money to get back on the Metrolink. And see, I didn't make it at all. And then I had another weird experience. I had this beautiful Latino woman. I've dated Latino women before. I hope you drive safely instead of so fastly. We're going to get there on time. Just drive at the speed limit.
I am.
Well, this beautiful Latino slender woman, she was just as pretty as this girl I used to date called Patricia Perez. Before Patricia Perez gained a lot of weight. And moved to Mexico City. She was a Christian Scientist like me. She held the Christian Science Bible studies like I did with me at LA City College. Well, to make a long story short, this Hispanic woman worked at Liberty Guitar Picks, my mother did. And I found out later it was the mother that wanted me, not the daughter. And anyway, when I found out that they were not the real people, I didn't have a relationship with them. And then I had another experience too. This beautiful, when I was into black women, I love black women from a distance because I had a lot of lie cheating still on me. But when I was into black women, this beautiful black woman was emailing me from San Jose. And she was slender, shapy, she looked like Pam Grier. And she, when I came to San Jose to meet her in Denny's, it was a black man, old enough to be my grandfather. I got back on that train and went. So I've had people, I wonder why people are not honest about dating. I mean, dating's like mixed chocolate. I mean, you don't know what you're going to get. You know, so I feel like Shakespeare says, "Till I don't self be true." If you're not the picture you send out to the person, you should not have someone else cover for you if you're not that real person. Well, anyway, I think I want to stay focused on going all harmonious to driving. So I want to call this a broadcast and thank everybody for watching and sayonara, adios, and best greetings. Much love to everybody. Okay, goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Adios. Turn it off. Right. Really careful among these trucks. Oh my God. Anyway, this is signing out, David Liebehart, and thank you for watching the broadcast.